Right, my turn, Sean. I'm going to go for this one. Sentence. Right, you'll go. You can only take one, Sean. Which one have you gone for? You're going to go for this one. You sure? Right, have a look. Yeah, you can keep that one. Oh, hi Year 3. Sean and I are just playing a game of Kaboom. We're playing with the Year 3 and 4 words. Afterwards, we're going to play this one. It's the Year 3 rocket words. While we finish our game, Mr. Preston, do you think you can explain how to play?
Hi Miss Carl, hi Sean. I'd love to show everyone how to play Kaboom at home. Now, I haven't got enough lollipop sticks to do it the way we do it at school. Even I can't eat that many ice lollies, but I've thought of a really easy way that the children can play it at home as well. I'm just going to use some paper cut into strips to write my words on. When you think you've got enough strips to write the words on that you want to practice reading, write each word out carefully, making sure you spell it correctly. You could choose any words. Perhaps you'd like to practice reading the Year 3-4 words like Miss Cole and Sean were. Or perhaps you could look through a book you're reading at the moment and choose some words that you're unfamiliar with. I think I'm going to practice reading some words linked to our new topic, Let It Grow. So I'm going to start writing them on now, starting with vegetables. Soon enough, you should have a great selection of words to read. But can you spot any unusual ones? Here's why it's called Kaboom. You need to mix in some that say Kaboom as well. When you've finished, fold your words as well as the ones that say Kaboom and put them in a container. You're ready to play. You can play Kaboom with 2 or more people, and you might want to start by setting a timer for a minute or 2. Take it in turns to take pieces of paper out of the pot and read the words out loud. Nutrients. If you can read it, well done. You can keep that piece of paper in your pile. If you can't read it yet, no worries. Just put it back into the pot. But if you pick one that says Kaboom, you need to put all of your pieces of paper back in the pot. And the winner is the person who's collected the most words once the timer finishes. Good luck and have fun practicing your reading.
Right then, Year 3. You've had a go at your game Kaboom. I hope you got on okay. We're going to do a little bit of writing together today. So our learning objective is to punctuate speech. So you're going to need a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper to write on. If you've got your home learning book, you could use that as well. Your starter then, I'd like you to rearrange the letters to make a said verb. So I've given my example here. D-I-S-A has made the word said. I've got these letters, Y, L, L, E, E, D. I need to think of a said verb which uses all of those letters. Let me have a think. Whispered. Let me check. There's no W, it can't be whispered. Jumped. It's got E in jumped. Jumped isn't a said verb. A said verb describes how a person is saying something. Right, I'm going to pause the video for you. I'd like you to go and have a look to see if you can work out our missing said verbs. See how you get on. How did you get on? Yelled. Right, I'm not joining up my letters today so you can see them clearly. What about this one? Shouted, well done. Good, we can see they've got the ED suffix at the end. Let's have a look at this next one. Asked, brilliant. And the final one, let's have a look. Now we know it's going to end in the ED suffix, so then we've got O-A-N-M left. Moaned, well done. Right, today we're going to use some of these said verbs to help us. We might use some others as well, but we'll keep that handy. Right then, Year 3. As I said, today we're going to punctuate speech. The reason we do that is because when we're reading a story, we need to know exactly what a character is saying, so we need to punctuate it correctly. So I'm going to use my character today of Mr. Gum. There he is, so I'll put him up here. Now, I'm going to write mine in a bubble first, a speech bubble, because this is what Mr. Gum is going to say.
I need some stinky meat.
So you can see here, it's in my speech bubble, and this is exactly what Mr. Gum says. We're going to put that up here by his mouth. Right, you might see speech bubbles maybe in an illustration or a comic book, but in a story, a narrative, we write it out using something called inverted commas. So we're going to do that today. Now, with my inverted commas, I'm going to do them in red so you can see them clearly. So Mr. Gum is saying, the direct speech is, I need some stinky meat. So we're going to write that, but we're going to put our inverted commas around it first. So I open it up with my inverted comma. Then I have a look and I'm going to get my black pen. I need some stinky meat. And I'm going to write down exactly what Mr. Gum has said. I need some stinky, I've run out of space, so I'm going to go into the new line, meat. Oh, I know meat is a homophone. Miss Hare talked about those last week. I need some stinky meat. I can see there's an exclamation mark here. That suggests to me that maybe Mr. Gum is shouting it. So I'm going to put my exclamation mark. Now, I've written exactly what Mr. Gum has said. So now I need to close it with my inverted comma. I have my opening one and I have my closing one. I'm going to add it here. Now, lots of children say they look like 66 and 99, but in year 3, we definitely call them inverted commas. Okay, and you can see they don't sit on the line, they sit up above the line. Right, who can tell me what comes next? That's right, we need a said synonym. So we looked at those this morning. I could put said here, but I actually think Mr. Gum isn't saying it because I don't think he's very polite. I think he's going to shout it. So I'm going to write the word shouted. Right, I think I'm going to write this in, I'll do this in green so you can see my said synonym clearly. I need some stinky meat, shouted. Now I'm going to make sure this is a lowercase s. Okay, it's not a capital. Shouted. And then we need to say who is speaking. Our character is Mr. Gum. And he's a proper noun again, so we need those capital letters. I need to write that here. Mr. Gum. Now, this is where we finished our sentence, so we're going to put our full stop here. I need some stinky meat, shouted Mr. Gum. Let's read it with our noisy punctuation to check. Okay, are you ready? Ch-ch. I need some stinky meat. Woo! Ch-ch. Shouted Mr. Gum. Full stop. Okay, that was my turn. Right. We're going to have a go now together, writing what Billy William III, the butcher, is going to say. Now, Mr. Gum has demanded for some stinky meat, so I think Billy William III is going to have to make a reply. So will these, and I think he's going to offer him some hearts. I can spell the word hearts because I know it's got the word ear in it. Will these hearts be okay? Now, let me have a think. I need to end here with some punctuation. He's asking him a question. Will these hearts be okay? So we need to use a question mark. As you can see, we've put this in our speech bubble again. This is our direct speech. This is exactly what our character is saying. But we're going to take it out of our speech bubble now as if we're writing a narrative. So we're going to use our inverted commas again. So we're going to start with our inverted commas. Open it up. And we're going to write exactly what Billy says. Will these hearts be okay? And to write it neatly, I start with my capital letter. Will these hearts be okay? Now, I need to punctuate inside my inverted comma. So I need to put my question mark here. Now I've written everything that Billy has said. So I'm going to close it with my inverted comma over here. Right. If I'm struggling to think about what comes next, I'm going to look at this one as my waggle, what a good one looks like. So I can see I've got my green pen here, so I'll pick up my green pen, and I need a said synonym. Will these hearts be okay? Who can think of a said synonym that Billy could use? Right, I'm going to write the word asked here. Right, we can see it's got the suffix ed on the end, which makes our writing past tense. Will these hearts be okay? Asked, and I'm just going to call him the butcher. Now, the butcher is just a noun. It's not a proper noun, it's a common noun, because we're not naming him. We're just going to call him the butcher. Asked the butcher. And to finish my sentence, I need my full stop at the end. Now, if I'm thinking that I'm a Chili 3 writer today, I could extend my work and I could think about describing the butcher. So I might say, asked the smelly butcher, asked the dirty butcher. I don't think I'd go to a butcher shop if they were smelly or dirty though, but I think Mr. Gunn would. Right then guys, let's go through our challenges. If you're Chili 1 today, I've written 3 sentences for you. Get off my garden, said Mr. Gunn. I need a rest, said the old man. I hate gardening, said Mr. Gunn. Your job is to add the inverted commas into the correct place. So in a minute, I'll take a picture of it so you can see it clearly. If you're Chili 2 today, I'd like you to have a go at writing your own speech bubbles. I'd like you to write 3 speech bubbles. After you've written them, I'd then like you to write your sentence out correctly using your inverted commas. Okay? Then Chili 3, your challenge. I'd like you to write a short conversation between 2 characters. So you could pick Mr. Gunn and the butcher. You could pick other characters that we've met in the story so far as well. It's important to know for Chili 3, new speaker, new line. Make sure your conversation moves your story along. Before you make a start, I do have some handy top tips. So, our steps to success. It's important that you punctuate before closing the inverted commas. You might punctuate with a whoop question mark or a boo exclamation mark. You need inverted commas around the spoken word. You start with your inverted comma, you have your capital letter and what the character is saying, you close with your inverted commas, then you have your said synonym and who's speaking. A challenge for you, can you up-level said? So I've circled it in my purple pen, maybe you could use one of our words from the start of this morning. Then I've got new speaker, new line. See how you get on. We look forward to seeing your examples. Send them to year 3. See you later.